Hello everyone, welcome to Better Late Than Never. This is an attempt to look at some games that I missed over the last year. Here we are with The Crew. Not a particularly amazing game, but it is a pretty good game. Most notably for its kind of attention to a loose realism. So I wanted to show everyone New York City, as I am a resident of New York City. Oh, crap. Well, I'm a resident of New York City, so I was fascinated by how much detail was put into this fictional and smaller proportional city of New York City. But here we are in Times Square. It looks really good, and if you have been here, you can see where things are. Like right here is a Dwayne Reed that you can go to shop for crappy touristy stuff. And here is approximately where the subway stop is supposed to be. And if we look out, here's Madison Square Garden, which means that this is supposed to be Macy's, I believe. And this would be Penn Station. You can see this map, how detailed this map is. Because the map is actually real time, the whole game loaded up, and that it's a very, let's have this building here. It's a very interesting feature that it was clearly not possible on the last generation. But I'm going to show you all where I live approximately in this game, which is off the Williamsburg Bridge in Brooklyn. So we'll set our waypoint. And we'll go through New York City. And I was able to play through this game more or less from memory, as I'd been to a lot of the locations in this game. Now granted, it's not proportional to real life, and they did take liberties, but for the most part, the highways are where you would expect them to be. And specifically, the East Coast drive from Florida to New York felt very much like it did in real life. Especially in the Beltway where New York, Washington, and Philly are. It was very well handled. So here we are, Little Italy, which is the Williamsburg Bridge, is right off Little Italy. I think? No, yeah, that's it. So yeah. But yeah, so I've been to many, if not most of the locations in this game of the major cities and tourist attractions like Mount Rushmore, Yellowstone National Park, all that stuff. I've been there in real life. So I have vague memories of going to those locations, and it was very familiar, oddly familiar in fact, of how much detail was put into this game's world, which is the best feature of this game. So in real life, you have to come off the Williamsburg Bridge and immediately take this right-handed turn to turn onto Broadway, which is a great, and then when you turn, you instantly come down to Broadway here, and you'll see the train, which is the train I take. This is the J. This would be the Broadway stop, the Marcy stop, I believe. And then we're going to come up past Flushing. This would be Myrtle. There's a Checkers here. There's a grocery store, Key Foods. Yeah, all sorts of stuff here. But if you assume, then I would live about here. I would live here. But in this game, instead of it being Bed-Stuy, they took out Bed-Stuy and put in Prospect Park, which is on the south side of Bed-Stuy. If you can see, this is the Brooklyn Bridge. Here's the Williamsburg. This is Prospect Park, which is where the Mets used to play, I believe. It's very interesting. So we can, I know what you're saying, we can look down one of the streets. Unfortunately it's nighttime, but it's also a good time to see the city. And this is kind of how Brooklyn looks. I don't know how they did this. If they looked at Google Maps or what. I would love to hear and talk to the developers about the making of this game's world. As I imagine most of the times when, this is the L, I believe, or this train. Are we back on J? Yeah. So this would be Williamsburg, Bushwick, Bed-Stuy, Prospect Park, and Park Slope area. This is downtown Brooklyn, where there he is. Is that JFK? Queens, obviously. Look, that's where the stadium is. There's Yankee Stadium right there in Bronx. Here's Newark and all that crap. Yeah, it's just a quick little video showing the world, and specifically New York. If you live anywhere in the city, there's Chicago, Pittsburgh, Detroit, Las Vegas, San Francisco, LA, Miami. You might recognize these cities for what they are, which is good. I'm hoping down in the future we can have bigger games with more realistic worlds to drive around in. You can see the Chrysler and the Empire. Those aren't their exact positions, but hey, who cares? So yeah, this is better late than never. We'll check out something later. Thanks.